everybody. This is René Andrade, your host for Inla on the Live. And here with me today is drummer extraordinaire, Mr. PJ Villarreal from Los Desperados.
Hello, everybody.
PJ.
How you doing? Hello,
PJ,
hello.
thank you so much for making time to come and talk to me today,
Absolutely,
man.
absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Nah, not a problem. Man, dude. So we're not gonna talk about what happened on Saturday just yet. We're gonna I have some questions and stuff.
Sure.
We'll go into all of that. We'll leave the best for last. We'll talk a little bit, but I know you have a lot to say about that. But anyway, man, let me ask you some questions, PJ. I would like to see if you could tell us, like, who motivated you to play drums?
Well, actually, I was 11 years old, and my brothers Mike and Lee,
correct.
they would get hired to go play accordion, bajo, and I don't really believe they were singing quite yet, but they would also get hired to play drums.
Really?
Yeah, they would get hired to play drums, and Mike would go. Sometimes Lee would go play drums, and then later, as time went on, well, then Mike and Lee would be there singing, would be playing Ramon Ayala songs, and then got to where they kept telling me, you need to play drums, you need to play drums. So I was really inspired by Mike and Lee that they were doing it. Well, of course, they were doing great on the accordion and the bajo, and then they started singing. And so at the age of 11, our dad was playing with us, so we started picking up little weddings, debuts, little venues,
little stuff.
Ice House, I was 11 years old playing in nightclubs.
Lee was saying, he was probably like 7 or 8. I was like, dude, I don't know. Like,
I was 11. I was 11.
Cool. And then tell me, as you started to play, of course, obviously you improved. Whose style of drummer did you like, and did you follow? And kind of like,
it was I would say, like, in the beginning would be Manos Farias, Juan Farias.
Juan Farias,
yeah,
that was a style.
You know, of course, Ramon Ayala's drummer, Jose Luis.
He's a bad dude.
He was a great drummer that I looked up to, and as I got older, was 17, 18 years old, saw Ram Mineta play.
Right.
And he had a drummer, Richard Solis, playing.
Wow.
And it just totally blew my mind. I didn't know you could put
so much
what
stuff
he put into Tejano music, and that's where I kind of started to get a different style, and try to create my own, and as he did, he was great.
Right.
And then you had Adam Garza from David Lee.
Yeah, that's another dude. He does all kinds of stuff, man.
So you pick from
everybody.
different, and you kind of try to make your own little deal and get your own sound,
Yeah, correct.
But having fun since.
yeah, that's true. That's awesome. Well, then let me tell you, I've also seen that you play with your son.
Yes,
also.
yes, JJ. Yes, we call him San Antonio Kid.
San Antonio Kid. That's nice. Yeah, so I've seen some of y'all stuff, and then I've also seen that Jesse helps you out sometimes and whatnot.
Jesse Garcia, our bass player. Yes, we played this past Friday. It was at El Cevichero, very nice place, and they make us feel very much at home.
Very homey, yeah.
It's Freddie and then Abel, those guys. This is your place, this is your place.
Just to come play. And I see that y'all are going to start playing like every Friday. Try to get out there.
When we were able to do it, we will be there.
Music, because I know they had mentioned that there was going to be a little bit more, but then now they're saying, hey, it's like, guess whenever y'all aren't playing on the road doing something else, they're going to be doing it.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to the juicy stuff, man. So I was there when y'all were playing. I was recording in the front for you guys. I was recording video. And then I was lucky enough that Michael Malinoni, I'm probably slaughtering your name, brother, but it's Michael Malinoni, which is the keyboard player
for
Marcos Orozco. And they were sitting backstage kind of down low. And then I caught the tail end of it. I'm looking at from the front, and I'm like, what are they doing? I see like all these guys just around you. And then it's not until later that I look, I say, holy smokes. They're changing the drum set. The only thing they didn't touch was the snare and the hi-hat.
Yeah.
So, dude, I later saw the video that he had posted, and then I put it on y'all's TikTok and whatnot. But tell me what was, because it was the first couple of songs.
It was the first song going into the second song, and I was playing. I thought I had my groove going, and I felt something different on the bass drum. The foot pedal, as I looked down, what the heck? I see the mallet was buried. The mallet was buried in the bass drum head. I said, "Oh no!" And and we had just started. And I kind of looked up, I said a prayer. I said, you know, Lord, I know that we got to keep going. Help me, give me the strength to get through this night. I know it's going to be all snare, you know, and your emotions change as that happens. It's like, I mean, you're doing great. You're
Right.
you're feeding off the energy of the crowd.
Right.
Crowd's going good.
Right.
The band's interacting great, and then that happens. It's like your total emotions are like, oh no,
Man. Yeah, because you don't know. And then in the video you can see that the guys kind of like take a quick look, but they don't know what's happening back there because Mike and Lee were too concentrated looking in the front. They'll do like a quick glance.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
thought maybe just running something or doing something.
You could hear the difference when the bass drum stops.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
You
You
could hear
and
the
then you can hear it when they plug it in. Bam! Your first
It
sit.
come- comes back in.
And the thing is, it's like Michael, and then when they were looking, they were laughing because it's like, dude, they're gonna do the whole. They're gonna put the whole set up there.
As like I said, I looked, I said a little prayer, and I kind of had a smile on my face, like, you know what, it's gonna be it's gonna be a crazy night. So I looked over to my right, and they were pulling drum set out of cases, and I was like, oh wow, thank you Lord. And then before you know it, you had the drum. It was Dave B from Marcos Orozco, drummer.
right. Uh-huh.
Thank you very much.
For sure.
He's the one who pulled his drum set out. Then you had Dave Ponce. It's all the crew.
It's
Rudy
all-
Lopez,
yeah,
Rudy
Rudy
Lopez
Lopez's crew.
production, yes. And so then David, you had Pyro Maldonado, and
Right.
then Ramiro was there. These guys, at a blink of an eye, they started unmiking the drums, the toms, everything. And next thing you know, it's like, God, Doug, I already got another bass drum up here, you know.
Right.
And you have to be careful when you have people playing around you, when you're playing and they're around you, because you could hit their hands if they're touching the
If they're
drum.
touching- yeah,
and
yeah.
That's what I was trying to be careful. I didn't want to hit anybody of safety, and of course even hitting the cymbals. I wasn't going to hit them hard because they're steady.
Right under there.
It can get loud in their ears. So I saw Pyro. He was down there, and he kind of hit me on the leg. He says, "You're good to go." And then I hit the bass drum. Oh, there's the beat right there.
it is,
Yeah,
you got it.
yeah. So thank you to the crew that was there. You guys did awesome job. Thank you very much. Perfect. It was great. They didn't skip a beat. They're the ones that didn't skip a beat. They were right on.
And I'll tell you something, like I was telling you earlier, I've only seen something like that once ever, and it was Stevie Ray Vaughan. He busted a string. He's tearing it up, man. And this was like in '89, and I saw it live. As we were watching it, my dad called me, "Hey, I need to come see this guy play." And this guy was tearing it up with Stevie Ray Vaughan, tearing it up, busted a string, and then like he signaled his guy comes and boom, slaps him another guitar just like it never even stopped.
Yeah,
But you're talking about a string compared to a whole drum kit.
set, yeah.
It's like it's totally different. And then, I mean, you kept your composure. I mean, you could tell your face you're a little frustrated, but I mean, who wouldn't? You kind of went back to old school with just snare and hi hat, you know. So
the
I
old
mean, the
days.
pressure. I mean, I think if it would have happened maybe into the set or something, you would have been able to stop a little bit earlier. But because you had started, it was just so hard to stop. You just barely started.
You know what? And you're like I said, you're feeding off the energy of the crowd.
Right.
They're there to see, and you know the vocals were coming out, accordion.
Everything was good.
Yeah. So as long as the people can hear the song, you know,
It was good.
The snares there. You know, they just do what you got to do.
Yeah, because some people, you notice on the video I put, some people didn't notice anything. Only very
Yeah.
few people. I mean, if you play music, you'll know and you'll see it. But if you didn't, you're just like, oh, you know, it sounds a little bit different, but it's okay. They're still, you know, recording, still doing whatever. So that was awesome.
Well,
so,
thank you.
I mean, you did a great job. You props.
Thanks
You-
again to the crew that was there.
Yeah, they're awesome.
We appreciate you guys.
So $1 million question, brother.
Okay.
$1 million question is, if you could perform with anybody, play drums for anybody, who would it be? Who would you like to sit down and say, man, I'm going to play a set with these guys? Who would it be? You can name two. I gave Lee that option. You can name two because I know one's
Yeah, I would say somebody like George Strait. You know,
George
get up there,
Strait,
George
country.
Strait. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and then
number two.
in the Spanish music,
Yeah.
Tejano, norteño, I would say Ramon Ayala.
Ramon Ayala.
Yeah, I would say I would like to
Just
jam with Ramon
jam with
Ayala.
that?
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
that
And it's funny because Lee said the same thing. He's
He said George Strait?
No, he said he said Ramon Ayala, but he said I don't even know if he knows that I'm even alive. I'm not, but I like to play with him, and that was cool. But man, dude, so second $1 million question is, what is your favorite song to play on the drums and why? What's your favorite one
You
to
know
play?
what? It's always been Quiero que sepas.
Yeah?
Quiero que sepas. I don't know why. I just love that song. And
Cachorro song, right?
what we have when we recorded it back in the '90s, man, that has always been one of my favorite
Songs to play.
You know, it
It just grabs
grabs
you.
me, and when Mike calls out Quiero que sepas, I'm like,
Yeah, that's the one you
man,
like.
That's my jam. You know?
That's your jam.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, that's a good song, man. I've heard the older version, I've heard y'all's. It's great. Well, PJ, thank you so much for your time, man. I wish you all the best and the luck. I mean, like I said, you compose yourself very good. You're poised, everything. I mean, I'm pretty sure your brothers are proud of you after they saw the video after the fact. But thank you so much for your time.
Well, thank you and your family and Gallardo Bajos, and thank you for you know what you guys do for my brother Lee. We greatly appreciate you guys, and it's a very, very awesome product, the Bajo Sextos that you guys have, and you could hear it on stage. It sounds great.
Yeah.
It sounds great. I know Lee is enjoying it. He's having a blast
Yeah,
with it.
you can tell he loves it. So, but we also
I also ran into a guy from Wisconsin that bought
Ohio.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he loved
Ohio.
it, dude. He
He
loves
was
his.
here for fanfare, and actually, his wife's cousin relatives is my neighbor.
Yeah,
They live right. She lives right across the street.
Yeah.
And
they had mentioned that. They were like, man, everything kind of
and
worked
you know,
out.
I'd like to also thank all the fans that come out to support Desperados live music, and it being fanfare. We had people from California, Florida. There was people from Florida.
Oh yeah, they were from everywhere.
Yeah, it was all over, from East Coast to West Coast, and all in the middle, right here in Texas, just coming and jamming. You know,
That's awesome.
And actually, we played last night at the Beer Depot.
Beer Depot, huh?
And we were supposed to stop at 11:30.
What time y'all finished?
We went till almost 12:15. We were,
Yeah, we love it.
and we were worried about the weather because we had heard there was storms coming in.
And then we had heard that y'all had already finished your set, and people wanted y'all to keep going.
Yes,
And
yeah,
then
yeah.
y'all gave them the extra. And
Yeah.
man, believe me, as a fan watching, when any band does it, it's your fans, it's your idols are up there playing. Man, if they give you just that little bit more, and you know, we thank y'all for doing that.
But it goes back to feeding off the crowd,
Correct.
the energy of the crowd, you know, and you see when you play one of their songs and that's their song, man, they get into it. And,
They love it.
oh gosh, and that's the joy that we get seeing that.
Right.
You know, and yeah, I may be back on the drums in the back or whatever, and the guys are in the front.
But you can see.
and I could see what's going on, and
You can just tell
it's-
when they like it.
Exactly.
Well, that's awesome.
Exactly. Thank you to the fans, you know, for supporting Live Tejano music.
Thank you very much, and thank you to my sponsor, Bajos Quinto Gallardo. Thank you for everything y'all do for us, and also a big shout out. Thank you to 151 Saloon for letting us shoot this video here. Michael Turan, the general manager here. We thank you so much, guys. We see you next time. Watch for this guy and make sure he has a full drum set. If not, he's still gonna play. So y'all have a good one. We talk to y'all later.